As a realtor, I've been accused severally. Sometimes I'll post an advert either on my WhatsApp or somewhere, and then people will come to my DM. You these realtors, you these agents. You guys are just making houses to be expensive. See how much you are calling 270 million for that small house, you know. And it's that time we actually ask the question: who calls the shots? Who determines real estate pricing? Who are the people? Who are the people that are determining real estate pricing? Is it realtors? Is it the government? Is it developers? Or is it investors? Alright, so before you start wondering which one of the two, which one of these four are the biggest devil. Alright, in case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, please meet the Public Property channel. This is because everything real estate for first time investors, avid investors. We talk about everything you should know: the market, the industry, what is happening, what is trending, the risk, the scares, the scams, and everything just to protect you and to safeguard your investments, your capital, to ensure that you are maximizing what you are supposed to make and minimizing what you are supposed to lose. That's basically what this channel is for. Alright, so after watching this particular video, you can go to our other videos, other episodes, an episode on property investor series. This video is also under property investor series. We have interview sessions. I've done interview with a couple of very learned professionals. We have trivia sessions, Q&A sessions. We have real estate analysis as a playlist. We have real estate risk as a playlist also. We have pros and cons as a playlist also. So you can just go to any of these playlists, watch the different videos that we have under this playlist. You are definitely going to learn a lot. Alright, so who calls the shots? Is it investors? Is it developers? Is it the government? Or is it us, realtors? Alright, so before I talk about who calls the shots, because a lot of you are looking at it that anybody that calls the shots here, that's the category I want to be. So as me to can be the one determining price. I beg. Alright, so in case you are wondering, Rabiu, what does Rabiu do? What does the property guy do? What does this channel do? We have this channel, we have other platform also. But we build portfolios for investors. We have different partnerships, different asset classes for cash flow, capital appreciation, just whatever that you are trying to achieve. We have different asset classes for that. And we try to look at your portfolio, look at your objective, look at your risk appetite, and we advise you accordingly that okay, this should fit this for you, that one should fit that one for you, this is a short-term option, this is a long-term option. So we go toward the analysis of going looking at the investment, the return on investment, the risk attached to the investment, the pros and cons, are there better alternatives, are there better options, and so on and so forth. That's what we really do, basically. And if you are really serious about your real estate investment, particularly your real estate investment in Nigeria, then you really want to talk to us, you really want to have us in your team. Me being part of your team is not free. So that don't be like, Rabbi, not say that you collect money. I will collect money. I will collect money. So, but you really need us in part of your team. If you really want to be look at the markets and really want to tap into the big fish and the big opportunities in the markets, you really need us in your team. All right, so who calls the shots? Basically, like I said, I get accused severally. Rabiu, this rent for so million, this house is too small now. Why you say it's so amount you guys want to collect? Blah blah blah. So we have investors, we have developers, we have government, we have realtors. Developers are the ones building these properties, building their houses, building their apartments, building the estates. Some of them don't build houses, just build the estates, And investors are people that own these properties. People buy from developers, people buy from families. Those are the investors. Most times developers, they buy from investors. So if you look at the 20 acres, the 30 acres the developer is buying, likely an investor have bought it before the developer even went there. You get it? So, and for a lot of the build and sell in Lekki Phase 1, in Ikate, Ikeja, Surulere, Yaba, a lot of those locations where developers are building high rises, 4 floors, 5 floors, 10 floors, and so on. They also bought those land or signed a JV on those land with investors, basically. So we realtors, we even rely on developers, because it's what the developer give us that we are going to sell. This house is 70 million, that's what we market. This land is 30 million, that's what we are going to market. This house is 50 million, that's what we are going to market. See, we are even the last in the list, bottom of the list, because it's what all the people at the top, they have done the buzz. It's what the two at us. We just come out and, oh, okay, this opportunity is available, is the price. So please stop attacking we realtors and stop accusing us, because we have people higher hierarchies determining a lot of factors. So government stand above everybody, basically. Government is above developers, government is above investors, government is above realtors. And please don't assume that the cost of doing business in Nigeria is cheap. It was never cheap, and it will never be cheap. So if you're also in the construction business, it's not even far tougher, because apart from you handling the headache of suppliers, handling the incompetencies of artisans, you now have to also face the government for different levies and taxes. In Lagos alone, if you know how many agencies that you are going to pay if you are doing a construction project, they come steadily for you, and at the end you still have to pay tax. You pay LOMA, pay LSPPA, pay LSBCA, pay safety. Local council will still come, you still pay those ones too. So the government stands above everybody. So each personnel and each entity in this hierarchy have their own influence to what the price of real estate is going to be and what the price of rent is going to be. Actually, the price of real estate will always determine the price of rent. It's what people buy, they are going to rent out. If they buy high, they are going to rent high. If they buy cheap, they are going to rent cheap. It's just as simple as that, basically. So if the governments are throwing levies and taxes all around, is directly coming to developers' head. If investors who owns the land and who owns these properties are also throwing high prices around, it's just going to end up at developers' head. And it's the prices and the cost that developers have incurred, both from investors that they signed JV with and governments that are paying levies to, that are going to throw to realtors, and it's the price that realtors get that they are going to throw to you. So you see that this thing, there are so many factors attached. There are some land that we sold maybe 4 years ago, 5 million, 6 million thereabout. Investors will tell you that if they want to sell now, it's 30 million or 35 million net, non-negotiable. That's what they want to collect. So, and if developers buy at 30 million or 35 million net, and they still pay the government their own bills and so on, and they go on and build on it, them too, they are not going to sell houses at 30 million. They are going to sell higher too. It's as simple as that. So there are so many factors, and definitely I'm not going to blame investors, because when you have an economy like Nigeria where our purchasing value of our naira is losing value every goddamn second, then investors will always be going back to their assets to increase the value of that asset to match accordingly. I was watching a video recently, and the host was talking about a property around maybe Ikate. Developer wanted to buy it maybe around like maybe 160 or 170 million, and maybe within a week or 5 days the investor changed, the owner changed his mind that no, I'm not doing 160 or 170 million again, I'm doing 230 or thereabouts, and 50 million have gone up to the price of the property. And the host was like, can you tell me what has changed within the past 5 days in terms of what has changed for you to add 50 million naira to this property. Yes, as a buyer, you'll be looking at it that the land is still there, the address did not change, the land did not get bigger, and it's not like they did any road within the past 5 days that changed that particular property. But again, the purchasing value of money and the velocity of money in the past 5 days have changed. Basically, you know, if I collect 200 million today, now there are some things that I can do without 200 million today that next week, if I collect the same 200 million, I won't be able to do it, because some things have changed that I want to use that money for. So, and that's why most times developers, they accept some certain deals at some certain moments, and this same thing with investors too. They accept some certain deals at some certain moments. So let's say I want to pay my kids school fees, and based on exchange rates and whatever, the school fees is 7 million, and I want to sell my property for, let's say, 10 million. I feel like, okay, let me pay the school fees of 7 million, and see, at least I'll still have like maybe 3 million naira. I still have 3 million naira left after for as guy man. And in 5 days time or 6 days time, based on whatever fluctuation that have happened, that school fees have now moved to maybe 8.2 million or 8.3 million. Me too, I'll go to the land that I want to sell now, and I'll move it to 11 million or 11.5 million, so I can match up to what I want to spend that money for. You get? So a lot of the people that want to sell their property or sign JV with developers, they also want to use that money that liquidating from that asset. They also want to use it for something. So if what they want to use that money for has increased, they also come to the asset and increase it too. Hope you get it now. So I'm not going to blame investors totally for that, basically. Although I have my reservations, and there's a particular word I should use, but I don't want to use it on here because a lot of people will drag me if I use that word. So either it's developers or it's investors or it's governments, everybody are guilty. Let me just use the word guilty. Everybody are guilty of something. Again, a lot of this is pushed by the kind of market that we run and the unpredictability that also happens with our markets. And that's why if you are really serious on a deal, try to find a way to lock it down, particularly to lock the price down, so that whatever your findings or whatever adjustment that you are doing, the market fluctuation does not affect you. You get? So investors, they're always looking at, if I collect this money, what I want to use this money for, would like to be able to use it for it conveniently. Developers, they're looking at it that, okay, when we sell this project, will it cover what we paid investors or what we are going to pay investors? Because that's another thing you have to remember. Some of the funds that developers are using, they also collect it and receive it from people. So the estate that they are building, the houses that they are building, some people also finance them or fund them for that project. So after they have also sold, they also have to go and pay back to those investors too. So developers have to look at it that, okay, if we sell at this rate, will it cover the levies and the taxes that we have paid the government, or we are still going to pay the government? Will it cover for what we paid the investors and what we are still going to pay other investors that funded and financed us? So when they look at all these characteristics, they now also look at the market, that this price that we want to sell, if we sell at this price, will we be able to launch another project and still have money to work on that project? So when they now look at that, now set the price and now give it to us, we give it to us. So we don't do much mass. So what we just look at is that, okay, this is the price, Abi. Are you sure? When my client pay, you give my client the house or give my client the land. So we just come to you that, okay, hello my wonderful investors, today we are at so place and the price is so amount. So you get it now. So there are so many factors regarding pricing. So if we are so really determined about, we want price of real estate to come down, we want price of rent to come down, we want the cost of construction to come down and so on, then let's first start with the government. They should reduce the levies on developers. The government will not. Particularly Lagos State, they will not. They rather increase it because it's a source of revenue for them. Then investors, you can't go to investors and tell them that they should not sell the property at the price they want to sell it, Because if I've invested when dollar or pounds was at so rate, and dollar and pounds is at so rate now, I'm not even looking at the amount I'm selling it in naira. I'm looking at if I convert back to dollar, what the rate will be, which is like a very very big disadvantage for our market. Because even if the property have gone from 5 million naira to, let's say, maybe 15 million, it will be so difficult for you to tell the investor that I beg collect this 11 million, because the investor will be looking at it as, if I collect 11 million, if I convert it back to my currency, my dollar or my pounds, I'm not benefiting. But assuming the exchange rate have been stable, investors may be willing to sell at 7 million or 8 million, just take a 3 million naira or 4 million naira profit. But they know that if they exchange it back, it's almost like they still make a couple of bucks in their own currency. But because the exchange rate have not really been stable, small profits in naira does not make any sense when you invest again, basically. So you likely have to sell at almost times 3 whatever that you buy in whatever you bought it in naira, for it to make any sense when you exchange it back. So that's for investors. That's the investor's concern, basically. So for developers, like I said, you can't just put it on developers' head, which is what a lot of people do. Developers, they are so this, they are so that, they are so cruel, they are so wicked. How much are you buying this land from the family? How much are you buying it from Omonile? It's 200k. Okay, go and buy your own 200k. Alright. So it's not just what they are buying from the family. You get, developers are also going to pay surveyors. They're also going to pay lawyers. They're also going to pay the government. Just to register survey now, Lagos State and Ogun State government, they have increased their rates. They're going to pay it. You understand? They're going to pay levies. The council will come. Council will come. They will charge you. They will come to your office. They will charge you. Where you are your inspection boss, they will charge you. I do cost of doing business in Nigeria. No be play. You understand? Your boss that for inspection, they charge you. If you brand your boss one particular name, they charge you. That's another tax. You get? So all these are what developers are facing. Different levies from the government, and the investors are also giving them fund. They also only want to give them fund for short term. I'll give you 200 million, but after 6 months, I need my 200 million back. Yeah. Very short term for turnover. I'll give you 500 million, but after 1 year, I'll collect my money back with 40%. So if investors are giving developers fund at 40%, that means developer must make at least 150% profit from that investment, because government will still take like around 30%. That's 70% out. You know, cost overhead, staffs, realtors, and all those ones. Another one. So at least developers must make 150% of that money for them to be able to pay everybody. So that's the one are developers. And we realtors is what the government have charged developers, what the investors have charged developers, and what developers give us that we will come to sell. So you guys now understand where to now tackle and who to now tackle when it comes to who calls the shots in terms of pricing. So real estate pricing, there are a lot of things behind it, and that's why when a couple of you guys to look at the industry, look at the market, and like, these developers are making a lot of money. See this land, it has gone from so million to so million. This house that goes from so million to so million, and then some of you try to raise some fund, maybe 150 million and 200 million, and go and open a real estate firm too. That I must do this real estate too. There's money in it. Okay, don't worry. Come out. I'll charge for consultation. I'll collect like maybe 300k for consultation, and you like listen to my advice or not. I've collected my own consultation fee. You get? Because there are so many things behind the scene that you guys don't see. Trust me. So many things. The government will come for you hard. Really, really hard. They'll come for you really. See, for example, now you see a lot of the estates that are in Ekpe, for example, a lot of the estates that are in Ekpe. The Ekpe local government have created different levies and different taxes because they know that companies are coming to Ekpe to open estates. So, for as your boss is just landing in Ekpe junction like this, bam, you are coming to their hand. They are asking you for different papers. Have you paid for this one? Have you paid for that one? Have you paid for this one? And that's different from the one that will come to sites and come and collect their own. That's not even different from the one community. The community for themselves will come and say that they want to collect so thing from you because you have an estate in that community. So There's so many things behind the scenes. So don't jump into any industry on the assumption that there's a lot of money to be made there. Jump into an industry because you understand it, or jump into another an industry because you feel like this industry can offer solutions other than the solution in this that is currently available in this industry. But if you go into any industry because you feel and assume that people are making so much money, so I can go on and make so much, you end up disappointed. And that's why a lot of you guys, when you do business in Nigeria, you blame it on Nigeria. No. It's not Nigeria. Don't blame it on us. Don't blame it on the country. You understand? Blame it on you yourself not having a business plan, not having understanding of the market before going into it, which is what a lot of people do. Like around 50% of the new real estate developers that have opened in the past 1 year now, they just go into it because they just want to make money. Absolutely zero understanding of the market. It's zero understanding. They don't understand anything. They just feel like you can buy the land 500k, sell it 5 million. That's money now. Oh yeah, buy 20 acres, put banner, start selling. You get, then all these people now come for them. They don't realize that we can't continue this. They just abandon the estate and just cash out and just close shop, basically. So this is really what is happening. And if you feel like there are some factors that I did not mention in this video, kindly let me know. Kindly let me know in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Let me hear what you feel. What you feel the government can do. What you feel developers can do. What you feel investors can do. And what you feel we realtors can do also. Maybe when developer tell us it's 50 million, we use our own money to pay 10 million and sell it at 40 million. You can tell us also what the realtors can do. I was just joking anyway. Alright, so our comment is always open. You can share your perspective with us, and you can see how our market can progress, how things can be done better, and what are your own suggestions for the people calling the shots about real estate prices. Even this is also the same thing that affects real estate price increase. So when you see a company saying that the land is 2 million before, the land is going to 5 million, and you're like, you guys have not done anything in the land now. Hey, see, maybe the government have given them a bill of 20 million to come and pay for survey. And they have to just go and increase the price of the property. Or they have assumed that clearing, we just pay maybe 2 million now for clearing. Then this one now went up, and the cost of clearing now go to 6 million. Just go and increase price. Go and increase price sharp. So these are the things that really happen. Why there are price increases, why properties are set at social prices, because there is government there, there's investors there, there's developers there, and then the realtors are also there. So you can share your perspective with us, and if you enjoy this content, you enjoy what we do here, you enjoy the analysis and the breakdown that we do here, don't forget to give us a thumb like, and if you have been watching us, if this is your first month on our channel, this is your 6th month on our channel, this is your first year on our channel, congratulations for finding us, finding the property guide, and we want you to subscribe as we have been showing on the screen. Subscribe if you have subscribed already. As we have been showing on the screen, also turn on the notification button, and feel free to share our content. You can share it on your WhatsApp, share it on your Facebook wall, Facebook group, Telegram, WhatsApp groups. Just share our content, and let people know that this is what is really happening. This is what you don't know. This guy is telling you the real truth and the real behind the scene, what you should know about what is happening in Nigeria and what is happening in the Nigeria real estate industry. Alright, so I still remain your number one property on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Thanks for watching our videos, and see you next time.